I would hope you never take me seriously and never agree with anything I say because most of the time, I am on a schizophrenic manic meltdown. To be quite honest with you,
Gotcha.
because I have schizophrenia, so like most of the things I say are really just unfounded garbage. What would they want me to debate you about? What do you disagree with me on? Let's start there.
Okay, so your last video, Antifa, terrorist classification,
Yeah.
and I was saying that I understand what you're trying to say. Nobody is for fascism. Nobody's saying like, oh, we're for like we're pro fascism. Nobody's saying that. But what we're trying to say is that there are certain elements of that group that do organize, that do plan, that do carry out acts. I think that Trump was misguided by classifying the entire group as making a generalization saying, oh, we're going to classify this uncentralized, decentralized group as terrorists because it's not a centralized group. It has no leader. But at the same time, I think that some of the ideology doesn't solve the problem that we're having in the country of division. And I personally would like to ask somebody who is a self-proclaimed Antifa what proposal they have to unify the country. Like instead of like,
let's roll back.
Mm-hmm.
Let's roll back for a second. I just don't like fascists. That's it. That's what Antifa means. You don't like fascists, right?
But that's
like I don't.
That's like the general definition, yes. But I feel like some people, you see, it's not like a block of people. It's not like every single person has the same idea of what it stands for, right? So
I'll do it like this. I'll make it easier for you.
Mm-hmm.
If there was a group called Iron Tide, right? And Iron Tide they had the ideology behind Antifa, and they carried out actions. I would classify that ideology mindset as a group. Let's use the KKK as an example. Obviously, racism is an ideology.
Yeah.
It's a mindset. The Ku Klux Klan, however, is a group of people. Antifa would be racism. They're both ideas. Antifa does not have a group. There are groups of people in small colleges, maybe areas that have the ideological mindset, but in every capacity, there is no big centralized group of Antifa. There's not.
For us to say like, okay, like we can just allow anybody to form a group on a campus and like have very extremist, very divisive ideas that go beyond just not liking fascism. Like I think that it's just not healthy for our whole community as a whole, whether it be left or right. Like I think that both sides just need to come together, bro. Like I feel like the rhetoric right now is just out of control.
Oh, that's never happening. You want peace. The goal should never be peace. I want to point this out. I would love it if humans could see humans as humans, but we have too much of a hate boner to classify each other. For instance, right now, two black people are talking. That's it. They're gonna look at us and assume immediately, oh, two democratic black people are probably gonna be talking about something. Hell, you look like a little bit like a Hebrew. Like someone might come in and be like, "You are cool, my brother." That's what's gonna happen. That's
exactly.
You want unified to who do you want to go against? Who's your enemy here?
I feel like I don't have an enemy. That's the problem. I feel like I keep watching all of these videos. I watch all these videos, right? Especially, for example, after the Charlie Kirk situation, I saw that both sides were attacking each other. The right was saying, oh, the leftists are out of control. The violence in the country is spiraling out of control. We need to stop these extremist leftists, blah, 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 blah. The people on the left, the right is out of control. The right is evil. They're a bunch of fascists. And I'm like, okay, everybody in the room needs to calm down, breathe. I've seen both the right have ridiculous conspiracies with QAnon and Pizzagate and all of the crazy stuff. Hillary Clinton is a PDF file and blah, blah, blah. Obama is trying to bring extreme Islamists into the country, blah, blah, blah. I've seen the right do it, the Tea Party, all of the ridiculous extremist rhetoric. But I've also seen the left go at the right and come up with a bunch of claims. They're fascists, they're Nazis, we can't negotiate with them. Everything they say is bad. And the way I see it as a person who's more in the center, I think that both sides have positive things and both sides have negative things. And sure.
Disagree.
Go ahead.
Thank you so much, enlightened centrist. Let's roll back. The people that you see with the conspiracy theories, QAnon, that's not the right. That is what I would consider the vocal minority. Same with the left. For instance, trans people. There are 2.5 million trans people. That is such a disgustingly small number. There are 356 million people in America, and 2.5 million of them are trans. And sometimes you'll get one person and you'll see a man in a dress who doesn't look like a woman, and they'll say, "Oh, that's a man."
Yeah.
And they'll use that trans person. And then I'll go on Grinder and I'll fuck the person that made fun of that trans person.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Because I have been with so many dads that have said this same rhetoric. I'm bisexual, by the way. There's so many dads that have said this same hateful rhetoric towards trans people, and by all means, I have blackmailed them to deleting their Twitters. So that's just fun for me. I want to point this out.
Stop it. Get some help.
That vocal minority that you're seeing online, that big crazy vocal minority, all that nonsense, that is no one. They are worthless. They mean nothing to the grand scale. Because I went to the gym today. There's a conservative guy. He said, "You what's your favorite flavor of Hawaiian Punch?" I said, "My favorite flavor of Hawaiian Punch is probably the blue one." He said, "Blue, like the Crips." And I said, "I was a Crip." This online shit is fake. This is fake. This rage baiting and all this stuff, and people making videos saying you've awakened the beast. Nobody's doing shit.
But
You're gonna see one incident of something bad happening, and then you're gonna blow it out of proportion to say the left is now gonna fight back. It's not even gonna be a real civil war because nobody's gonna leave Discord because they're cowards.
said so much things in that short amount of time. I don't know where to start. And I didn't want to make this a debate, so I'm not going to make it a debate. To a certain degree, you're wrong because little by little, if you keep up that rhetoric, you will get more and more people going out into the streets and creating chaos, fomenting chaos. You will get more division. And I just think that we should nip this whole divisive talking in the bud. And I get it. I feel like our whole country is going down the drain for clicks and views. Everybody wants to make a spectacle. Everybody wants to get clicks. Everybody wants to get views. They're willing to sacrifice the entire country. They're willing to sacrifice all of the institutions. They're willing to sacrifice the stability that's been created over the past 40, 50, 60 years because they want to get quick clicks and quick views. And I think it's unfair. And I think it's horrible for society. And I think that it's the wrong direction. And I think that if we can continue going down this path, it's going to be a complete disaster sooner or later.
Oh, what's your solution?
My solution is to stop.
Those weak, disgusting, fragile, infantile, disgusting pus of humans always like to be a part of a mob mentality. That's it. That's just people. That's just how we are.
Like, if there's no institutions, what are we gonna have? Chaos, anarchy?
No,
like, I don't.
That's the same argument as saying, like, if without religion we wouldn't have morals. We would still have something without institutions. We would create something new because that's how humans work.
You always have to have a hierarchy. Without a hierarchy, I don't believe that society can function correctly. In order to improve a society, you need to always go with incrementalism. An immediate change is too dangerous. It's too unstable. It's not sustainable.
When Trump got in office, they said, why haven't things changed immediately? It takes a second, dummy. I don't know what to tell you. It takes like years for things to change. Let it change. But Trump said he's going to change it immediately. He may change it, but it's going to take more than just 2 months. It might take a year, 2 years even. I feel like you're right. It should come. Gradual gratification has been replaced by the entirety of in TikTok gratification. Just instant. Yeah. It's always instant. That's what people want. And that's never going to work. And you know that, obviously. But people don't want that because we have DoorDash. And I can get my Subway immediately. I'm perfect. I'm delusional. So this is why I'm perfect as a content creator, because I'm delusional. I already thought that I was going to make it, so I never stopped. I was doing my own editing and content and stuff like that, and I said, all right, cool, I'm perfect. I just beat cancer, and that's when I started to stream more.
Just because I made a few videos about somebody, because I did make a few videos reacting to your content, doesn't mean that you can't have a civil conversation, chat. This is why I feel like people in this country don't understand that. Like, you can have a civil conversation with somebody if you don't agree with some of their takes.
I think he, him lesbians are stupid. I think that's just dumb. And they're like, but you support trans people. Yeah, but he, him lesbian is dumb.
Now, I'm
stupidest thing I've heard.
I don't want to talk about gender politics or any of that stuff tonight, but I do disagree on a lot. And I'm like, I'm not a right winger. I still believe in free healthcare. I believe in free education. I believe in a lot of stuff, but I disagree on some things. If you identify with a different gender or you have a different sexual orientation, that's like your personal life. Like, and I feel like it's not fair for you to want to enforce that on everyone else through the language.
The majority of trans people or non-binary people that I meet, they don't care. They're like, I'm fine with my personal journey, and I don't go on TikTok, and I'm not having all this endless drudgery and stuff. That's most people. You don't have to impose it. It's not even being taught in schools. We were streaming, and one person was arguing in the comment section, just angry, mean, spitting vitriol. So he paid a guy on Fiverr to track this person down. And the person was saying all this political stuff, and Trump is amazing, and that black people have smaller brain canals. How old do you think the person was?
15.
11. It was an 11-year-old. It was an 11-year-old. And we went to this 11-year-old's house thinking that the dad was doing it, but it was the 11-year-old. And we were like, oh, and then he did that 4 more times to the same capacity. Children. Most of the people in the chat, probably even in your chat, are like toddlers probably.
I do have one small concern with this story though. Why didn't you guys go to his house?
We're from Detroit. We are evil. I'll stand no business immediately. Like there was a viewer. He said, "Meet me downtown Detroit." I took a scooter and met him downtown Detroit. He said, "Oh, I didn't think you'd come." I said, "What's up?" He said, "No, I just want to hang out." I said, "Cool, all right." He was talking crazy online. I didn't know he wanted to do something. I thought he wanted to do something. Cause that's my life. I don't want to be this, but